Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kensthetic and I'm here with you guys today with a new video. So I was inspired to do today's video by Arnell here on YouTube. She did a video basically reflecting on what she's learned about relationships in 2019. And when I say relationships, it's not just relationships like with men and dating. It's relationships as in friendships as well. So we're gonna be talking, we're gonna be chatting, and we're gonna be sipping because it's only right in my holiday mug. So before we get started, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that red subscribe button down below because you'll be back for more. Join the family because we're always here, we chatting, we chopping it up and whatever. So make sure you guys subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy, if you like this content, and I'll do more content like this. So let me know and drop a comment down below after you guys watch this entire video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So this cup is very cute or whatever. I got this from Home Goods. It's very festive, and I got my little drinky drink in here. Y'all ain't gotta know what's in my cup because what's in my cup stays in my cup, but we're gonna be sipping as we talking. And yeah, so today's topic is going to be about relationships and what I learned in 2019. So 2019 in general has been a great year for me. I've learned so many things about things that I didn't even have on my list of goals, things that I would have never thought that I would have experienced in life in this year. Whatever, I learned a lot. So one thing that I learned a lot about is relationships, and not just dating and not just friendships, like relationships overall, like what I bring to the table, what other people bring to the table, what my expectations are and everything. So I just wanted to sit here and talk to you guys about what I learned. So before we get started, I just want to say that I'm going to keep it 100% real in this video. If you're watching this video and you feel like anything is targeted towards you or whatever the case is or relates to you, if this shoe fits, wear it. Period. And that's all I have to say because I'm going to say what I want to say, okay? So I have some notes written down in my phone because I didn't want to miss anything that I had on my mind as I was brainstorming this video. So the first thing I want to speak about is relationships because I feel like that one is going to be a little quicker than friendships. So relationships, my relationship status. The people want to know. The people always want to know. And I am still single. I'm single, and I am 100% happy with that. I am happy that I'm single. I'm happily single. And I feel like I did a video about this earlier in like April, speaking about why it's okay to be single, because a lot of people find themselves being dependent on someone else for their happiness, for their joy, for having fun. And for me, I've been in and out of relationships, in and out of talking to people for almost 10 consecutive years, and this is the first full year where I have been focused on me and I made myself a priority in my own life, and that just means a lot to me because I never realized how much I push myself, my happiness, and what made me happy and what I gotta do for myself to the back burner until I was 100% focused on me. So the fact that this year was the first year where I was like fully invested in myself and I saw how much progress I made, I'm just like, yo, like I'm single, I'm okay being single. Like, don't get me wrong, I date here and there, but it's nothing serious where I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to be, in a relationship. Because also at this point in my life, I'm dating to get married. I'm not dating like going out with this and this person for a free meal. Like, I'm okay, I can afford my own meals. I'm okay, I can afford my own drinks. But like, no, I'm not dating just to be dating, and that's on period. So I've really been focused on myself this year. I'm single. I'm okay being single, and that's that on that. Things that I've learned about relationships this year. So as I mentioned, I've been dating here and there, nothing serious at all. Like at all. I posted that I got flowers the other day and people were like in my DMs going crazy, and I'm just like, the real tea is that I received these flowers from one of my friends, but of course people are going to assume it's from a bae or a boo or a ting on my man, and it's not. It was a friend. So Yeah, things that I learned about relationships as far as dating this year is that I'm not changing my expectations for nobody. Like, I want what I want, and that is that. If you cannot bring that to the table, then next. Like, I feel like a lot of people try to change people's standards, people's expectations, and I'm good. I know what I want, I know what I deserve, I know what I bring to the table, and you're going to match that, or you're gonna see the door to exits my inbox, period. So that's just one thing that I learned. My expectations are my expectations. Nobody can change that, and y'all should be the same way too. Like, y'all should know what y'all want from a relationship, whether it's a friendship, a man, a ting, a boo, a girl, whatever it is. And you ain't change that for nobody, because you know your worth and you want your worth to be matched, and that's on that, period. So that's really the main thing that I learned about relationships and dating this year. I've had some very interesting experiences, but one thing with me is that I feel like I learned my lessons, and I feel like I give good advice and I take it as well. I'm not one of those people who's out here preaching like I'm friggin' Oprah and I'm not taking my own advice. No, I take my own advice, and I'm okay accepting the fact that I may be wrong sometimes, or things that I'm doing are wrong sometimes. But that's what I learned about relationships as far as dating in 2019. Okay, so let's get into the topic of friendships, why don't we? So I've had a very interesting year with friendships. Okay, I've had a very interesting year with friendships. People come, people go, people stay, people leave, and I have learned that that is okay. Like, people are placed in your life for a reason. Some people are here to stay, some people are here temporarily, and one thing that I've really learned this year is to stop putting long-term expectations on seasonal and temporary people. Okay, if somebody is here temporarily and you get that vibe and your gut is telling you like, this person is here for now, sis, and they'll be gone soon, stop expecting them to be around long term. That is okay. God places people in our life for lessons sometimes, and we need to be acceptive of that. And I feel like a lot of times we try to fight it, like, no, but X, Y, and Z. And this can happen with like men, women, or whoever you're dating as well. God places people in our life for lessons, and we need to accept that. So another thing I learned about friendships in 2019 is that in general, I tend to give more in relationships than I get. And I feel like I'm okay with that, because not everybody has the same amount of resources. Not everybody has the same amount of time to put as much into a friendship as I do, and I completely understand that. But I do know when people are getting comfortable with that, and when they're just like, okay, can just give and can just give and can just give it, I'm gonna take. I feel like I've started to realize more when people are taking advantage of how much I put into friendships, and I'm not okay with that. Like, if people are expecting it and they're just like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do this because I know Kendra's gonna do it, or I'm not gonna get this because I know Kendra's gonna get it. It's just like, no, it shouldn't be like that. So I really started to realize that in 2019, and I really started to cut most of the people off who were getting comfortable with how much I put into friendships. So that basically just showed me, yeah, it's okay to put in more than you're getting, but when it gets to a point when people are getting comfortable and they're like low-key taking advantage of it, that's where it's like, okay, step back and question yourself and be like, okay, is this person taking advantage of me? Are they always expect me to do these things? Because that's definitely not okay. It's a no. It's a no, Mariah Carey boys, and it's time to move on. Another thing that I have learned in 2019 about friendships, about relationships, is that at this big age today, like in 2019, I feel like it's not possible to change people. People are who they are. They were already raised. They're already comfortable with the mannerisms they have, with the habits they have. And people are set on this, expectation of, oh, he's okay, I just have to change him, or he's going to change this, or he's going to, you know, no. However that person is when you meet them is how they are at this big age. If it was like years ago, I'd be like, okay, maybe, you know, they still have some time to mature, they still have some time to realize certain things. But at this big age today, people are how they are, and people are only going to change if they want to. You cannot convince someone to change. And I feel like that's a huge misconception people have when it comes to friendships, when it comes to relationships. Don't get me wrong, like, people can change if they intentionally want to, but they're not going to change because, hey, Kendra told me that she doesn't like when you do this, so you need to change it. It's just not going to happen at this big age. And I feel like we need to be more realistic about that when it comes to relationships, when it comes to friendships, and just accept that. The next thing that I learned about friendships is that I don't want to be around people who make me question myself, who make me question how I am, who make me question anything that I'm doing. So I feel like a lot of things that I wanted to do in life, a lot of things that I intended to do, people have me questioning, like, damn, is this really me? Damn, is this really something I should be doing? And the fact that people were able to have that power on me kind of stemmed from me being insecure about certain things. But I feel like once people know you're insecure about something and they kind of use that in their advantage to cause you to think a certain way, since you're more sensitive around that time or about that thing. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but I just feel like if people are convincing you to question anything that you have set up for yourself, anything you want to set up for yourself, that is not someone who should be around you at all. And it's something that I really, really realized in 2019, because this year has been crazy busy for me, like working jobs, switching jobs, trying to figure out what I want as far as career, professional Kendra, as well as YouTube Kendra, you know, filming content, working with brands. I'm like 10 times busier this December than I was a year ago, you know? So I feel like I'm more confident now. Don't get me wrong, I still have insecurities. I'm still insecure about a lot of things, but I'm okay with those insecurities. Before, I was just like, damn, I'm insecure about this. I don't know how to handle it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So that caused me to allow people to have more of an influence and more of a say in what I'm doing. But yeah, 2019, I feel like I am that girl. I know that 2020 is going to be amazing. I know everything I'm doing, like, God has set up for me, and nobody can't convince me otherwise. So if you're around people who make you question your purpose, what you're doing, anything you want to do, then those people do not need to be around you. Something else I learned about friendships in 2019 is that do not allow everyone to have access to you at all. Like, there's so many situations that I experienced in 2019 where I'm like, yo, honestly, I just don't want to be around certain people. And that is absolutely fine to feel that way. And at first I'm just like, damn, I feel like, you know, I'm acting bougie or I'm acting stush. And it's just like, no, you don't, like, everybody doesn't deserve to be around you. And that is absolutely okay. That is perfectly fine, because half of the people that you have around you be preying on your downfall. Half of these people you have around you just be looking so they could go back to their group chat and gossip about what you're doing and what you got going on. So listen, be on the lookout and do not allow everyone to have access to you. And you need to be okay with the fact that you don't want certain people to be around you. No, you're not being bougie. No, you're not being stush. And yes, you have a say so in that. So that's something that I learned, because I've been in so many situations where I'm like, yo, why am I here? What is this doing for me? How is this benefiting me? And do you even support me? Like, genuinely, like, truly. So that's something else that I learned. And let me see what else I had in my notes to see if I covered everything. So if y'all can't guess by now, I'm drinking water. Ain't nothing special in this cup, okay? But the last thing that I really learned about friendships, and in 2019, I have met so many people that I met this year, and I am so close to them. I feel like it's based off of the fact that I know what I want. Like, I know what I expect in a friendship. I know what I expect in people who I want to be in my circle, people who I want to be around me. So there are so many people I met in 2019 that we instantly clicked once we met. And one of those people, and I'm gonna keep saying it, is my friend Crystal at C Cosmetics. She is so bomb. I met her in April, and the fact that her and I are so close in only December, like a few months later, is really ridiculous. I feel like I've known her for a whole lifetime. She's so bomb, she's so amazing, but as soon as we met, like, we clicked and we hit it off. And I feel like it's because I know what I want in a friendship nowadays. So when I meet somebody who has those characteristics, it's just an instant click. But that leads me to say that I have learned not to confuse the length of a relationship with the strength of a relationship. Okay, there are people that I have known for over 10 years that I thought they were my friend and they're not. People who I've had around me for years, and now I'm looking at them kind of like, what are you really doing? Why are you here? You don't support me. You're not a true friend to me. And there's so many people that I have met and connected with lately, or recently, that we are so close. So that just leads me to say that a friendship is more based on qualitative things rather than quantitative things. Quantity as in the amount of time you knew them, the amount of money they have or like they spend on you. That really doesn't mean anything if at the end of the day they cannot support you the way that you believe and you feel a real friend should. Okay, so I know this video is kind of long, but I just wanted to sit here and give y'all my little 1-2 about what I learned about relationships in 2019. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys took something from this video, because 2020, if you're not supporting me, you don't need to be around me, okay? If you're not a real friend, you don't need to be around me. And the fact that I've learned all of this in 2019, I feel like it's setting me up for an amazing 2020. So I'm really, really happy about that. So before you guys head out, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed, if y'all learned something. If this was a word, if you connected with what I said, give this video a big thumbs up so that your girl can know. Drop a comment down below and let me know if you can relate to any of these things, if you've had similar experiences, X, Y, and Z. Comment down below and let's chit and chat it up. And until my next video, I will see you guys tomorrow.